Instead of religious imagery, instead of religious, I can't say that. Thanks for checking out another video. I just thought I'd introduce what this video is about, where I was and why I shot what I did. But I was in the Forest of Dean, which is a woodland in Gloucestershire, right near Wales. And I was there for a few nights with my now fiancé. If you haven't checked out our previous video, you'll actually see me pop in the question. And I was there with her family and my dad. And yeah, we were there to have a nice time for a few days. But obviously I wanted to shoot some photos while I was there. I took with me my Mamiya Rb67 medium format camera and I shot with Portra 400, and I also took my Minolta X700 and I shot Ildord HP5 black and white photos. I wanted to challenge myself to shoot some more black and white. Because I had the medium format camera with me, I wanted to take some nice colour photos of where we were actually stopping, and then I also wanted to challenge myself to take some nice black and white ones, 35mm. Asked for better weather while we were there. We were treated to some beautiful sunsets. It didn't rain once, and where we were actually stopping in this wooden cabin, and we're in this complex where it was surrounded by other wooden cabins. So I wanted to test myself to see if I could take some photos of these. I've been inspired recently by other people's work doing something similar, which is why I took my medium format camera with me and shot colour, and I also wanted to test myself with my 35mm camera shooting black and white to see if I could get some of those contrasty kind of vibes going. This is actually probably one of my favourite photos of the whole trip. I'm not too sure what it is about it, but I always take photos from a distance, and I've been challenging myself to get closer to the subject that I'm taking a photo of. And yeah, I just really like this one. I like the contrast, I like the detail in the logs, and it kind of reminds me of the whole trip. And I think that's one of the things with photography, is that one photo can remind you of a whole experience that you've gone through. Outfit change and a haircut. The battery died on my microphone. I didn't realise, so this is another day. Can we just appreciate how much of a daredevil my fiancée is? She tried to cross that bridge, which was made out of nothing but fallen trees, and it was at least 2 feet high, and she absolutely nailed it. She didn't break anything. That was just a sound effect.
Did you find it? What you were looking for? Shuffling through broken glass.
So we actually did this hike around the village of Brockware, which is actually half in Wales and half in Gloucestershire, which is pretty interesting. And along this hike, there was actually 26 points of interest. I'll be honest, some of them were terrible, some of them were really, really good. There was an old railway track and the sleepers had actually been carved out of wood and represented part of the village. There was a log that was millions of years old that had actually fossilised, which was pretty cool to see. And finally, we came across this beautiful cathedral window located right in the middle of the woods. However, instead of religious imagery on the glass itself, it was actually life of the forest. It's really hard to explain without you actually being there and seeing it up close, but hopefully this photo does it a little bit of justice. It was an amazing thing to see, and if you ever did go on that hike, definitely go check it out for sure. Throughout the hike itself, there was actually loads of these trees which someone had hand carved a pair of hands wrapping around the log of the tree, which looks really cool, and I managed to snag this photo of it too, which is actually pretty cool. You don't really see many things like this that often. Maybe you do, but I've never come across anything like this before. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with this photo.
But I held my tongue again and again and again and again. And is this what loving is? Just sit down and ask questions. Is this what loving is? Drawing blood as a
If you are wondering about what lens that I use on the Mamiya Rb67, I actually use an f3.8 127mm lens. I actually sourced this out when I bought the camera. It's the only lens that I've got for the camera at the moment. In the future I might look at getting something a little bit wider, but for now it suits all my purpose and I really enjoy it. That about wraps things up for my time in the Forest of Dean in Gloucestershire. Thanks for checking out another video. If you haven't already, think about giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel if you did like it, and also follow us on Instagram, which is where we release all our updates and news about front. Have a good one.